Hey boss, I'm really excited to really talk about today's topic, and that is what the blocked small business vaccine mandate means to you. I don't know about you, but this is just a topic that I have been confused on because you've got Biden pushing his vaccine mandate, you've got lawsuits happening. So, what is going on? And I thought that I would create this video for you to help clarify some of those questions that you, as a small business owner, privately owned small business owner, might have. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any leadership tips and strategies that I put out on a weekly basis, then subscribe to this channel and you will not miss out, all right? So let's get started. So like I said before, I am confused about what it is that small businesses are being asked to do. And so according to Biden's vaccine mandate, any business that has 100 or more employees were originally supposed to have all their employees vaccinated or given an exclusion through religious or medical exemptions. So I know some companies are not actually giving religious exemptions. They say they are, but I've had several friends who are working for organizations who are even working remotely, don't have any interaction with people, and they have been denied, and they had valid religious exemptions request. So the key is that this mandate, and why people are fighting it, is because it is going to decimate the small businesses. It forcing this, and they already don't have a lot of employees, and you're having them walk out because they're being forced to inject themselves with a drug that is still an experimental drug and no recourse for adverse reactions. So this is why this is coming. And so you have people that are fine with vaccines, but not an experimental vaccine and not one that is being mandated. You're being forced to take it. And so this also creates that slippery slope where if this gets approved, then what is next? Climate change could be next. So this is why I think as a business owner, it's really important to be up to date and really know what is happening specifically with regard to what this vaccine mandate means and what is going on across the country that I need to be aware of. All right, and so this is what I want to talk about. So a federal appeals court on Saturday, which was I think November 5th, blocked the Biden administration's private employer COVID-19 vaccine mandate, asserting there may be constitutional issues with the requirement. And I quote, "Because the petitions give cause to believe there are grave statutory and constitutional issues with the mandate, the mandate is hereby stayed pending further action by this court." So it's a panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit Court, and this, I believe, is out of Louisiana. So the halt of the mandate, which was unveiled this week, is temporary as the case moves forward. The case was brought by multiple businesses, including the American Family Association, multiple individuals, and several states, including Texas, Utah, and Mississippi. And just to keep you informed, as of yesterday, there are now 27 states that have sued the Biden administration over this mandate. So obviously, and these are attorney generals believing that this is a state right and not federal. It shouldn't be federally mandated. So that is also in effect. So petitioners said the mandate promulgated as an emergency temporary standard, ETS, the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, hence OSHA, should be struck down because it exceeds OSHA's authority under the Occupational Safety and Health Act. And what they're saying is that the authority is limited to workplace-related hazards, while the risk for COVID-19 is a, quote, a society-wide danger. They also said the mandate doesn't make sense determining whether COVID-19 is a workplace hazard depends on an employee's age and health, because if you have existing conditions and if you're of a certain age, the risk was higher of possible death. And it's not based, and it shouldn't be based on how many coworkers they have. And also, just for your information, the adult vaccination rate is at 70% across the nation. And also keep in mind that this whole pandemic is 2 years old. So it's the question of, how long are we going to have an emergency order? So this emergency order is neither a workplace rule nor responsive to an emergency. Lawyers for the petitioners wrote in an emergency motion asking the court to impose a stay. And I quote, "The vaccination status is a public health issue that affects people throughout society. It's not a hazard particular to the workplace. And there is no need to use an emergency rule addressing a pandemic that has been going on for nearly 2 years. Congress did not grant OSHA such sweeping powers in its authorizing statute." Unquote. So I know that the U.S. Department of Labor is going to be fighting this, and obviously Biden's administration is going to be fighting this because they are wanting everyone to be forced mandated to get the vaccine. So also Brandon Trosclair, a petitioner who employs nearly 500 people across grocery stores in Louisiana and Mississippi, said in a statement that the ruling is an incredible first victory for all Americans, adding that the appeals court quickly realized that the Biden employer vaccine mandate would cause great harm to businesses like mine. The court's actions not only halt Biden from moving forward with his unlawful overreach, but it also commands the judicious review we sought. The president will not impose medical procedures on the American people without checks and balances afforded by the Constitution. This was added by the Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry, who actually is also one of the petitioners, one of the individuals who is fighting this. So just to recap real quick, there are several states that are fighting it. There is a stay that has been ordered by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. So nothing is happening right now, and it is probably going to go to the Supreme Court, and the deadline has been moved from December now to January 4th. So just more information for you. Take it as you will, and obviously there are businesses that it is not a law, and you as a small business owner have the right to make your own decisions. And I know that there is talk in the current Biden administration, where they want to actually implement this in businesses with less than 100 employees. So just think about how that is going to decimate you as a business owner if that falls under your purview if you have less than 100 employees. I mean, it's going to hurt even the ones with 100 plus, because you've got employees that are quitting as a result. So just something to keep in mind. If you like this video, please like the button below. Don't forget to subscribe and to make sure that you don't miss out on any of my weekly leadership tips and strategies. And now go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. All right, until next time, bye.